Hello my friends, I just bought an electric car with 1,000 miles of range, that's about 1,600 kilometers. Well, I just pre-ordered one for $45,000. Apparently, I'll never need to charge it. And that is not a joke. Hello my friends, welcome to the Electric Viking. Fantastic to have you here on the channel today. Now, if you're new to the channel, make sure you check out the 650 plus videos we've created over the last 6 months alone. No one else is really talking about what's really going on in the automotive industry. Some people just talk about Tesla, some people just talk about Ford, some people just talk about whatever they want to talk about. But here we try to cover everything. And this vehicle, well, it could be a game changer. You know what? I just tried to invest in this company. I tried to buy 10 shares, but they wanted me to put in a minimum investment of 114 shares. So, you know who I'm talking to? The company, Aptera, right? Guys, if you want to let me invest in the company, let me invest less than 114 shares and I will become an investor. But I don't want to put in 114. So, unless you change those rules, I'm going to sit on the fence for the moment. However, I did just pre-order, used my own money, an Aptera 3-wheeled vehicle with 1,000 miles of range. By the way, can it do 1,000 miles? I have no idea, but I think it's actually possible. See, the drag coefficient for this car is 0.13, and a car like a Toyota Corolla has a coefficient of about 0.29. Now, a Tesla Model 3 is around about 0.23, so 0.13 means this car is extremely efficient. If you have a look at the shape of it, then obviously you can see, right, that this thing is incredibly slippery through the air. Now, another reason this car is going to be the most efficient EV on the road, as long as it actually gets built, is the fact that it only has 3 wheels. And removing the additional wheel means it's quite a lot more efficient than a 4-wheeled vehicle, in the same way that an electric motorbike is much more efficient than a car. Removing that contact point significantly increases the efficiency. Now, I want to make the point here that you can actually buy this for only $25,000 US. That's the 250 mile range version, which would be fine for most people. But I wanted the 1,000 mile range version. I wanted to see if it will actually do 1,000 miles. Now, if Aptera do build this car and deliver one to me, I will follow through with this payment. I will actually purchase the car and I'll test it to see if it'll do 1,000 miles of range. Will it? It'll be interesting to see. Now, another thing I love about this car is the fact that it charges itself. Apparently, it will come with solar panels. Now, I ordered the option where every single panel on the car is made of solar, which is, honestly, I think it was $800 US to add that option, so that rather than just 2 panels, every single panel had a solar panel on the car. Now, apparently, because I live in Australia, I should be able to get around 30 miles per day of free charging from simply sitting this thing outside, right? So it's possible. I mean, the average person only does about maybe 20 miles per day. It's possible that I'll never need to charge this car ever. In other words, transport would be completely free other than registration costs and insurance costs, of course. So that's awesome. And I don't know about the efficiency being that high. I think it's probably unlikely that I'll be able to never charge this car. I think I will have to charge it. But hey, I love the idea, and you never know. It's going to be fascinating to see, if they do deliver these cars, just how much range you can get from having the entire car covered in solar panels. Now, this car isn't quite ready for production. The Aptera 3-wheeled electric vehicle recently did appear, though, on Jay Leno's Garage, where Jay Leno got a comprehensive preview of the solar supplemented EV from Aptera company's CEO, Chris Anthony and Steve Fambro. Now, this vehicle's actually an evolution or a revival back. It's come back from the dead from what Aptera had hoped to build under the company's original existence back in 2006 until 2011 when they went bankrupt. Now, the first Aptera collapsed into liquidation after it failed to receive low-interest loans from the Department of Energy's Advanced Technology Vehicle Manufacturing Program, which I think was a huge mistake by the United States government. I honestly don't know what they were thinking, because at that same period of time, guess what? Chinese government was giving low-interest loans to a number of different electric vehicle companies in China. And look what's happened. Well, China is manufacturing more than 60% of the world's electric cars right now. How many are the US manufacturing? Well, if you got rid of Tesla, then The number is infinitesimally small. Now, production plans were actually revived for this car in 2019, and the three-wheeler is now pitched as a never-charge vehicle that can power primarily through built-in solar panels. It does still have a conventional plug though, so you can plug the thing in. Now, because it's so lightweight, incredibly efficient aerodynamically, this means the company needs less batteries to make the car move. Now, the company says that rather than using more batteries and aiming for economies of scale, as many other automakers do, they are looking at this in a different way, which I really like. Why not solve the problem in a different way? The reality is, most people don't need a big car. Most people would be fine with this car. And the crazy thing is, it looks small. But if you actually have a look at the capacity of the boot, it's 700 litres. That's bigger than my BMW X5. I don't know how that's possible. But honestly, I'm excited. Now, this car is an interesting size. Now, the total length is 172 inches, or around about 436 centimeters, so nearly 4.4 meters long. So it's a bit longer than, say, a BYD Dolphin. Overall width is 220 centimeters, 2.23 meters wide, and the height is 144 centimeters. So you can see here, it's actually quite wide and fairly long, but very, very shallow. And obviously, this has meant the company's been able to significantly reduce the weight, but still have a fair bit of cargo capacity at 708 litres. Now, what about the performance? Well, you can order this in 2 or all-wheel drive. I personally ordered the all-wheel drive model. The all-wheel drive model comes with a 150 kilowatt motor, and it will do 0 to 60 miles an hour in 3.5 seconds. You can buy it in single motor though, which I reckon would be probably more efficient. One motor, less weight, and that will do 0 to 60 in 5.5 seconds. And it has a top speed of 160 plus kilometers an hour. And Aptera claims it will have a 5-star safety rating. I don't know how that's possible with a car like this, but the reality is now that a lot of the safety tests are more about the actual safety technology in terms of collision avoidance tech and those kinds of things. So it's possible, who knows? Now, what about the battery options? Well, there's actually 4 different options. The base model comes with 400 kilometers of range or 250 miles. Now the model above that comes with 650 kilometers of range or 400 miles, and it comes with a 40 kilowatt hour battery. So getting a 40 kilowatt hour battery to actually do 400 miles of range, that shows you the kind of engineering work this company's had to do. Now the third top model is a 60 kilowatt hour battery, and that comes with 600 miles of range, or about 1,000 kilometers of range. And now the model that I ordered, because hey, why not go big, is the model with 1,000 miles of range and a 100 kilowatt hour battery. Now, in case you're wondering, yes, it does only have 2 seats. So in terms of fitting the kids in, I'll have to put one of them in the boot and one of them in the front seat. Just kidding, I wouldn't do that. But yeah, it can only fit 2 people. Now, apparently you can charge up to 500 miles in 1 hour with rapid DC chargers, but it doesn't say yet what the actual charging speed is. Now, the solar array apparently is 3 square meters in total and 700 watts. So they say that it can charge up to 40 miles simply while being parked in ideal conditions. Now, in addition to that, there's a few interesting options here. I'll tell you the options that I ordered. Now, I ordered the additional solar panels so that the entire car is covered in solar. I didn't order the enhanced audio. I figured the standard audio system will be fine for my needs. I did order Safety Pilot, which was, I think, an additional $1,300 US. I didn't order the dog provider because I don't have a dog anymore. I had to give my dog away when I went and lived in Taiwan and China for a year, so I didn't need the safety divider for the dog. And it also comes with an integrated tent and rear awning for camping adventures, which was, I think it was less than $1,000 for that option as well. I didn't order the off-road option, which actually raises the ride height and gives it tougher wheel covers, because I think realistically this is not the kind of car you'd be wanting to take off-road. So, and also, I mean, raising the wheel height is just going to lower the actual efficiency of the car, and then I'm not going to be able to get that 1,000 miles of claimed range. It's going to be fascinating to see if they do make this car. They're claiming that they'll make this car in 2022, next year. I mean, who knows if they will or not, but the company says that they have 10,000 pre-orders. And if you think about it, the price is, I mean, it's very affordable for the kind of car this is. I think this is really a very cool vehicle. Now, what else can I tell you? Well, there is something interesting that I can tell you. That is, Aptera has used an axial flux in-wheel motors, which help simplify the packaging and provide 30% more regenerative braking than an induction motor. Now, that's due to the placement of the magnets further away from the point of rotation, which provides greater leverage And it's interesting that they've chosen to go this well by having the in-wheel motors to improve the packaging of the vehicle. Very, very interesting strategy here. Now, Aptera isn't the only company developing a solar supplemented EV. There's other companies such as the Sono Scion and the Lightyear One, which aim to harness solar power as well. And it's obviously, in addition to that, the Cybertruck, apparently that will come with a solar array as an option. And there's actually quite a number of different other vehicles that will have that feature as well. But the difference here is because the car is so efficient, you'd need significantly less power generated from the sun to actually power the vehicle. So the key question here is, will this company actually deliver this vehicle? And the honest truth is, I have no idea, but I'm absolutely excited to find out. Aptera, let us know. I know you've shared some of my videos on your website. I appreciate that, but let me know personally. Are you going to deliver next year? Will I get one of these vehicles here in Australia? Will I have to come to America to test one? Thanks for watching the channel. Let me know in the comment section below. Would you order one of these? Would you consider one? What do you think? Thanks for watching. See you again. Bye-bye.